Okay, so this is the other way of looking at benchmarks. So let's say you didn't know exactly what type of personality you're looking for. You don't have a huge in-depth understanding of personality psychology or what kind of person would work in one role as opposed to another. So when you're faced with this situation, normally you have to bring in a consultant. It's pretty expensive business. Well, what People Maps does is we've actually looked at helping you create a personality benchmark. And we do this by presenting you with a personality questionnaire, but it's about the job role itself. So it asks you questions that the algorithms and the psychology of the system can understand and interpret, and ultimately produce for you a personality profile of the type of person that you think you actually need, or you think the job role actually needs. So here's an example of a question. So this is the personality benchmark, and there's 5 pages like this in itself. So it only takes 5 or 10 minutes to fill it in. And what you're asked to do is prioritise what's important to the job role. You see, personality is very much a bipolar scale. So if you've got a lot of something, then automatically you don't have something else. It's like a seesaw, and that's how it works, a bipolar scale. So this questionnaire certainly helps you figure out some of these big issues. So for instance, the first statement here, you need to pick one of these four. So maybe providing inspiration and enthusiasm to colleagues is a requirement, would be the most important thing. Or maybe being calm and customer focused as expected. That would be your most important thing. So what you do is you now look at the 4 statements and you pick which of the things is most important to the job role. And then you're left with, okay, now let's look at what's the least important to the job role. What would you sacrifice? What would you say? Sure, I'd love all 4 things, but if I had to give one of them away, what would I happily do without? Because you know what? You can't have all 4 things. Human personality just simply doesn't facilitate or provide that. Nobody on the planet comes with everything. So you then need to make those decisions about what's the most important to the job role, and therefore, in the next thing, what is the least important to the job role. And you'll be taken through this, let's say, through 5 statement pages like this, and to make those choices. Ultimately, once you've done that, and I'm not sure, there's another video that shows you exactly how you do that nuts and bolts, but once you've done that, you'll then produce a personality benchmark, and we will place a flag on the map showing you, well, based on the answers that you have given, what you think you need actually will be found most likely near this flag. It doesn't need to be exactly on the flag, but it would tell you anyone near this flag is matching the personality benchmark that you have created by answering those questions. Now, this is a very powerful way of doing things. It's very difficult to try and understand what's the most important, and you can't have it all. This is the nature of personality. And I think many employers really struggle in trying to get it all, and they fall somewhere between the stools. The reality is that no one has it all. So you have to decide what is most important to the job role, and make sure that you get people who are naturally very strong in those areas, and the areas that they're not strong in, well, you should be happy that actually that's not that important to this specific job role. Sure, we'd love it, but the reality is you're going to have to sacrifice something. You're going to have to give up on something in order to get something else. And that's the nature of human psychology and human personality. And this is how this personality benchmark works. Very powerful tool, allows you to get your head around it, and ultimately it will produce the answers that you need. Try it out. I think you'll find it extremely powerful and extremely helpful when you're trying to figure out who is the best person for a specific job role.